Welcome to the Art of Likeability, where you learn the secrets to becoming more likable in all areas of your life. Increasing your likability improves your relationships, and improved relationships increases your success in all areas of your life. Let's jump in with your host, Arel Moody.
What's going on, everybody? Arel Moody here, host of The Art of Likeability, back for another episode where we're going to go over content that helps you build deeper relationships with people and deeper success and more happiness and more success. And if you don't want more success or happiness, you are listening to the wrong podcast. I hope you've been enjoying our long form content. We've been doing interviews for the last couple of weeks, but I wanted to go back to our short form. I love doing these actionable, specific steps, and we're going to intermingle the two. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the long form interviews, the short form. I want to know what you think. But today, I want to take a good approach to an idea that might be very important to you. We talk a lot about likability, of course, and how to interact with people. One of the key principles that is crucial in likability is that you can have all the tricks of the trade, you can know how to say and do all the right things, but if you don't like yourself first, everything comes from not as strong of a foundation or as a base. When someone truly loves themselves and likes themselves at their core, people can feel that just emanating from you. You don't have to say anything, you don't have to do anything. They can just feel this confidence. There's a test a friend of mine said is that, when you go to the supermarket, look around at people checking out their groceries and ask yourself, is that the type of person based on, usually nothing about these people, they're complete strangers and they're just going through a simple motion. But when you see someone, do you think that they are confident, that they like themselves, that they're happy about their existence? Or do you think that they're maybe miserable or upset? Now, obviously, it could just be a temporary thing, but it's usually a good game to see how are people's body language, how are people standing, what just emanates about them. And then you can do a self-check-in on yourself. How might you rate yourself if you were just a bypasser observing you at a random time? I like the grocery checking for some reason because I feel like at a grocery line, most people are so focused on the groceries and paying for it that they're kind of just being at their natural state. So just observe people and notice that. That's just a little test for you to see people who you feel like generally emanate some type of power from them and people who don't. Why don't they? Be more conscious of it. But now, how do we like ourselves more? You're observing what people are doing and you're like, yeah, this is cool, but what can I do to like myself more? And there's a lot of things and there's a lot of things that can be covered about how do we like ourselves and feel comfortable with loving who we are so that we can actually have our cup be full so we can flow over other people. I'm going to share with you one of my most life-changing strategies that has changed my life more than anything and has allowed me to accept myself at a stronger level. So a lot of the times we don't like ourselves because of something that we've done in the past. Maybe we're mad about a way that we acted, the way we let someone treat us, not standing up for ourselves when we should have. And therefore, we started saying to ourselves, we are a certain type of person. Maybe we had someone in our life that treated us bad. They spoke badly to us and made us really feel like we weren't worth much. And we started believing it. And what happens is because of the things that happened in our past, we start bringing that into our present. And then obviously that affects our future. So we've all heard the phrase, nothing we can do can change the past. There's actually a small change to that philosophy that for me was life-changing, and I know will be life-changing for you when you actually start applying it. Yes, we cannot change the past. However, what we can change is the meaning that we give to the past. I just want you to think about that. We cannot change the past, but we can change the meaning that we give to the past. I remember that in my life, I used to really be down on myself because I felt like I was never confident, specifically around being a strong male. I always felt like I got bullied, I got picked on and beat up, and there were people who would make fun of me, and I wish I stood up to them, and I wish my younger self was more confident, because if my younger self would have stood up to these bullies, maybe my present self would have more confidence. And then what I started realizing is what meaning do I give to it? The meaning that I used to give to the past was that I was weak, I was insignificant, I was all of these bad things. And that's because that was the past and the meaning I gave it. But I couldn't change the past, but I can change the meaning. All of a sudden, I started saying to myself, well, maybe that was me learning about how to interact with people. That was me learning about what I won't tolerate. That was me learning about situations and how to observe how those situations came about and how to avoid them. I remember a lot of times I was in very bad situations because I didn't avoid the bad situation. There were telltale signs. So sometimes when I got bullied, I'd ask myself, was I in the wrong place at the wrong time? How could I have avoided that entire situation from happening? Well, this person acted a certain way. This person was mean. And I started noticing that person probably was no good, but I didn't make any decisions to change. And that's what led me into it. So all of a sudden, the same situation, that same being bullied, I said, well, the new meaning I give it is I'm now going to look for those patterns in current situations and know how to just avoid them completely. So now my social EQ has raised. My social IQ as well has raised. The meaning we can get everything is powerful. Maybe you were in a relationship that didn't work out and you kept saying to yourself, well, this relationship was everything, and without this person, I'm nothing, and I can't live without this person. You can't change the fact that that relationship may have broken up, but maybe you can change the meaning that you gave it. Maybe you can say, you know what I really should pull from this was I need to be a more loving person, or I need to be someone who appreciates the people in my life currently because I didn't appreciate that person, or whatever meaning you want to look at it. Look at any tough situation, whether it was an illness, whether it was a breakup, whether it was a disappointment, and ask yourself, how can I change the meaning of what this means to me and who I define myself as because of it? And when we start realizing that there are always lessons, I want to stress this because this is so important. No matter what happens in your life, there is always something you can pull from it. I know a lot of people that something bad happens to them and they say things in jest like, isn't it my luck? Or of course that would happen to me. Or you won't believe how much bad happens to me. And that's where they end with it. But they never ask themselves, what can I take from this? What can I gain from this? Why did this happen? Has this happened before? Yes. Why does it keep happening to me? What am I supposed to learn that I am not learning? When you start thinking about that, when you start thinking about changing the meaning of the past, all of a sudden, every single event that has caused you harm, that has made you feel inferior, you can actually change into something that makes you strong, into something that makes you confident, something that makes you more learned. And at any point, you can give something new meaning, something that you've held onto for years, for decades, that has caused you harm. You can stop and look at it and decide to give it a new meaning, and a meaning that empowers you. Now, that may be hard because, frankly speaking, a lot of people, they actually hold on to that negative feeling, that negative past experience, because in some way, it gives you strength, or it gives you, my life would be different if, and you can hold on to that as the reason why things aren't the way that you'd really want them to be. Now, the truth is, you have the ability to change the meaning that you give to everything in your life. And as long as you do not do that, you'll never be as likable as you want, because you'll never really like yourself. And what's the point of having millions of people loving you and liking you and all that good stuff if at the end of the day you don't like yourself? I mean, we hear about all these celebrities that have all their fans and, they're empty on the inside, or they, God forbid, commit suicide or something horrible like that because there's something inside of them that they don't like. You have the ability to stop all of those negative traits that have been holding you back from, you don't deserve a raise, or you don't deserve to be successful in business because of these past experiences. And you can change the meaning of those to give yourself confidence. So what I'd like for you to do, I want you to think about what is something in your life that you may, and again, this is for you. I don't want you to share this with anyone, because as long as you hide it, it won't ever help you. So when you hide, it doesn't help. So I want you to share this with yourself. What's something in your life that maybe is holding you back from feeling like you are more beautiful, you are more confident, you are more successful, you are more charismatic, whatever it might be holding you back? Think of a specific event. Go ahead, seriously, think about it. I'm going to wait. Pauses on purpose, so I hope you're thinking. You got it? No, I'm serious. Don't wait for me to keep going. Snap out of that, whatever you were just doing, and actually think about something that you have held on to from the past that hasn't helped you. Do you have it? You're not lying to me now. I feel you. If you have it, just nod your head and say, All right, I trust that you did it. I want you to ask yourself, what meaning have you previously given this experience in your life? What has it meant to you, and how has it harmed you? Now, I want you to think about, what is a new meaning that you can give it? What did you learn? What can you use that was so powerful from that experience that it will make you better? Who are you now today in a better way because that happened? That's the meaning I want you to give it from now on. Create it. Take some time to think about it. Reflect on it if you need to. This is powerful if you let it be. Your mind and your thoughts are yours and yours only. You can only let someone else invade it and let negative thoughts come into your mind if you let them. So I want you to think about what are one situation that makes you feel like you don't deserve to be the most likable, charismatic, amazing person. And I want you to give it new meaning. And when you start feeling like all of your past experiences are actually a gift to build you up and make you stronger and make you better, I promise you, you will start radiating. And I know this sounds a little hookity hook, but I'm a big believer in the hookity hook stuff. That your energy, that just who you are from your center will just infect people. When you walk into a room, they'll just be drawn to you because you have this power deep within yourself that doesn't need to be spoken, but is felt as soon as you walk into a room. And people like that because they like people who like themselves. Let me know what you think about this. I've been getting some just amazing messages from people. I've got messages from people in Ethiopia who've been using these strategies on their Peace Corps work. I got an amazing email from a gentleman who got a raise at his job by applying these likability principles. Just amazing people getting new clients in their personal fitness practice by using these strategies. And I absolutely am blown away and love to hear from every single one of you. And if this particular podcast has had a particular meaning for you, I'd like to hear about it. So go ahead and shoot me an email at info@artoflikability.com. Find me on Facebook. I'm the only Arel Moody, AREL. M as in Mary, OO, D as in David, IE. I'm the only one. Find me on Twitter, find me on Instagram, find me on LinkedIn, find me on Snapchat. Wherever you are, I have a presence there, and I'm the only Arel Moody, so it's real easy to find me. So let me know what you think. I would absolutely love to hear from you. Again, Art of Likability is about liking others, but it's also about liking yourself. When you build a better relationship with yourself, you build more success and more happiness. And if you don't want success and happiness, you are listening to the wrong podcast. Sending you a big ol' high five. You are awesome.
Thanks for listening to The Art of Likability. Please remember to subscribe to the podcast for more awesome info on how you can improve your likability and improve your life. Until next time, remember, you are awesome!